Breaking news now on Daybreak. We'll show you a fire that swept through an apartment building near the University of Memphis, killing one person.
School merger news. What's at stake tonight when the Unified School Board takes up the contracts for the city and county superintendents?
Also this morning, the Jerry Sandusky trial. Hear the new evidence presented by the defense and find out when the jury in the sexual abuse trial could begin deliberating.
Later, introducing the Microsoft Surface, features included in the software giant's answer to Apple's iPad.
First this morning, breaking news of a deadly apartment fire near the University of Memphis. Thanks for joining us this Tuesday morning for News Channel 3 Daybreak. I'm Markova Reed.
And I'm Chris Anderson. The fire broke out just before 3 this morning. It's in the 3400 block of Carnes Avenue. That's near Highland, and that's where we find Melissa Moon. She is live now. Melissa, what's the latest?
Well, one man was killed in that fire. We're told a man in his early 20s. Firefighters are still here right now, and they just put a hose inside this apartment, and I assume they're just trying to make sure that they have all the hot spots out. They've been here for quite a while. Now, they were able to bring this fire under control in about 20 minutes, but tell us that they found a man in a back bedroom, found the body of a man in a back bedroom of the upstairs apartment. They tell us that there are 14 units in this complex that were evacuated, but only 2 units, the one where they found the man, the one below it, really sustained any kind of smoke or water damage. Now, we talked to residents, some who came home last night, home from work, and saw, or early this morning rather, and saw the fire, and they were shocked by what they saw. Here's what one woman had to say.
It's crazy, and actually the apartment is on fire, was on fire, I knew him. He's a cool guy. Not to say it was him, but the person that occupied the apartment, you know.
Not release the identity of that man, but we are told by some here that he could be a University of Memphis student. They tell us that there are a lot of university students who live in this complex. Of course, they're not very far from the university. So far, they have not determined the exact cause of this fire. That tenant did tell us that these units do have working smoke detectors. Reporting live near the University of Memphis, Melissa Moon, WREG, News Channel 3 Daybreak.
And we'll, of course, have the rest of today's top stories coming your way in just a few minutes. But first,
we need to check in with Todd Demers to get a look at our Tuesday forecast. Good morning, Todd.
Chris, what another beautiful start we've had to the day. The beautiful sunrises, the comfortable temperatures, the light breezes. The weather is looking very nice for us here in the Mid-South, with the numbers pretty close to what's considered normal for this time of year. Just keep in the back of your mind, we're on a slow climb with those temperatures, and it's going to be getting warmer to the point of being hot by the time we get to the weekend. Right now, our WeatherNet 3 sites are near 70. The winds are light, but mainly out of the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour. 72 in the backyard, 75 downtown Memphis AutoZone Park. In Jackson, Tennessee at the University School, it's 70, and it's also 70 at the Windike Country Club and 69 at the West Memphis Airport. First Defense Doppler 3D radar is not picking up precipitation here. A moment ago, I was talking about the heavy activity coming out of Minnesota through Wisconsin. That's a little bow echo storm bringing some high winds, heavy rain, and even some large size hail. That's all taking aim on the Green Bay area over the next couple of hours. That is not heading in our direction. We will continue to have the fair skies here in the Mid-South with the light winds picking up with temperatures right around 90, 91, 92 before the day is through. A closer look at what to expect for the rest of the week as we check your 7-day forecast. That comes up in just a couple of minutes. I don't know, it looks pretty good out here traffic-wise this morning. Corey, I saw some flashing lights off in the distance. What's going on out there?
Good morning, Todd, and happy Tuesday, everyone. This Time Saver traffic report is brought to you by Nahan, Saharovich, and Trotz. Here's a live look from our TDOT Smartway cam over at I-40 east of Appling this time around. If you're just joining us this morning, flow traffic looking fantastic towards the 4240 flyover, or if you're heading eastbound over on I-40 this morning, no reports of any delays in either direction. Let's give you another live look from a different TDOT Smartway cam over Bill Morris Parkway at Riverdale. You can see nice light traffic over on Bill Morris Parkway if you normally hop on this time of the morning in towards the I-240 interchange or heading in the other direction right underneath on Riverdale. No reports of any delays. We are crash free at the moment, but we do see some lights over at I-240 Midtown heading northbound north of Union Avenue. We'll definitely check that out and give you a heads up if there's anything that you need to know about. I'm Corey Ventura with your WREG News Channel 3 Time Saver traffic.
The big story this morning, the school merger. The Unified School Board will meet tonight to discuss the contracts of both current superintendents, the city's Kreiner Cash and the county's John Atkin. Candace McCowan is live this morning now with more on why they're having these dual contract talks. Candace?
Well, Markova, tonight the Unified School Board is set to vote on whether to end the contracts of Dr. Kreiner Cash and Dr. John Atkin. Originally, the board was only going to discuss Dr. Cash's contract. That changed last week when it was revealed that School Board Chairman Billy Orgel held several secret meetings with Dr. Cash to discuss buying out his contract. The board decided that, to be fair, it would also hold contract talks with County Superintendent John Atkin. If both Atkin and Cash survive tonight's contract vote, their job descriptions could still change. School Board member Betty Malott wants the board to put both districts under Atkin's supervision. We'll have more on that proposal coming up in 30 minutes right here on Daybreak. Of course, we'll be at tonight's meeting and let you know what happens. Reporting live in the newsroom, Candace McCowan, WREG News Channel 3 Daybreak.
Breaking news update. A Southwest Memphis man who told police his nephew was barricaded inside of his house is accused now of making the whole thing up. 51-year-old Clifton Hudson will appear in court today, charged with filing a false report. His nephew is 50-year-old Clyde Wardlaw, and he is also in court on an unrelated drug case. Hudson originally told police that he got into a violent argument with Wardlaw. He told them Wardlaw tried to shoot him and then barricaded himself inside of this house on Forester Road.
1,000 pounds of marijuana bound for Memphis won't be on the streets in the Mid-South. Police in Texas discovered the truck full of marijuana during a traffic stop Monday morning. Officers found those drugs stashed behind plywood and rolls of carpet inside the big rig. Police say that truck was heading to Memphis from the Houston area. The driver and his passenger are now facing charges. A Tipton County mother is facing charges this morning after deputies caught her with marijuana at a safety checkpoint. Stacy Garlock of Atoka admitted to deputies that she had been smoking marijuana in her car with her infant in the back seat. She's facing drug charges along with child abuse and child neglect charges. That child is now staying with relatives.
We are on your side this morning. It's a health alert. Shelby County Health Department is saying that mosquitoes are in 3 more zip codes testing positive for the West Nile virus. Health Department workers will be out over the next several days spraying for these mosquitoes. Cordova, Hickory Hill, and Kingsbury, the affected areas. They're trying to prevent the disease from spreading to humans. They are urging everyone to use mosquito repellent or avoid being outside at dusk or dawn when mosquitoes are at their peak.
Closing arguments in the Jerry Sandusky sex abuse trial could start as early as Thursday. Meantime, the defense is expected to call more witnesses today as they try to convince the jury that the former Penn State assistant football coach isn't guilty of abusing 10 boys over a 15-year period. Ed Payne has this story.
The defense opened with a former Penn State coach who said it was not uncommon for coaches and young boys to use the shower at the same time. Richard Anderson also said he never saw anything inappropriate between Sandusky and a child. The attorney for alleged victim 5 reacted.
But then there was this odd and bizarre attempt to convince the jury somehow that showering is culturally and accepted in this world. I don't see how that takes anyone very far.
The defense called a series of other witnesses Monday who, along with Anderson, said Sandusky had a stellar reputation in the community. Earlier in the day, prosecutors wrapped up their case with brief testimony from the mother of alleged victim 9. She said Sandusky gave her son clothes and other gifts, and her son seemed to have stomach problems during the time he spent visiting Sandusky. Looking ahead, the defense is expected to call an expert witness to testify that Sandusky may have a personality disorder.
How's your family doing?
The big question, will Jerry Sandusky take the stand? I'm Ed Payne reporting.
Time now is 9 minutes after the hour. Good looking view here from the Champion Windows Tower Cam. We have our sunrise over the Mid-South with just a few clouds in the area and some very comfortable temperatures as well. Most locations will start near 70 and end near 90 before the day is done. First Defense Doppler 3D radar, even though we're not expecting any rainfall across the area, we'll continue to scan the skies going in search of precipitation. Right now our rain chances really don't start picking up again until we make our way through the end of the week and possibly into Friday, and at that we're looking at just a slight chance of rain. Across the area our temperatures are climbing, but slowly. We're going to be in the low and mid 90s over the next few days, and as we head through the weekend temperatures will start to climb through the mid and even upper 90s, and you can see that we're holding in the low and mid 90s through Friday with that chance for some rain by the time we get to Friday. We'll talk more about the weekend weather and beyond in just a couple of minutes, but right now we check in. Corey Ventura, I know she's scanning the roadway highways.
That's right. You ask and we deliver. That's what we do over here at News Channel 3.
Take care of us. What's going on?
Good morning, Todd, and happy Tuesday, everyone. This Time Saver traffic report is brought to you by Nahon, Saharovich, and Trotz. Well, we were over at I-240 Midtown, and Todd was checking out some flashing lights. We checked it out as well over at I-240 Midtown, heading northbound just north of Union Avenue. TDOT was on the scene helping out a motorist. They're back in service now, no longer causing any issues or delays at this time. So if you normally hop on I-240 Midtown, heading northbound, just north of Union Avenue, all is free and clear. Let's give you another live look from a different TDOT Smartway cam over at Sam Cooper, just west of Highland. Flow traffic nice and light if you normally hop on Sam Cooper this time of the morning, heading towards I-40 or heading in the other direction. No reports of any delays, and right now we're crash free all across the Mid-South. I'm Corey Ventura with your WREG News Channel 3 Time Saver traffic.
Corey, thanks so much. A woman is scarred now for life after a brutal attack at a house party.
Next on Daybreak, the unusual charges the suspect in this case is facing as he is set to go to trial today.
This sounds like something you would hear in a horror movie.
North Carolina woman goes on a rampage, her hot weapon of choice. It left a lasting impression on several victims.
And coming up later, trying to solve a 75-year-old mystery. We'll tell you how FedEx is helping in the effort to find out what happened to aviation pioneer Amelia Earhart.